Alright, hey guys. Okay, so, excuse me, that looked really ugly. Okay, so, hi, it's me. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about, my first suggestion on what to talk about. My first suggestion was a paranormal experience in my life, which has totally happened. It was weird. I've actually had a couple, but I'm going to talk about a more recent one. It wasn't like totally like where I saw something. It was more along the lines of like a feeling than anything. But before I do that, I want to give you a heads up on what I'm going to be talking about a little later on. Probably this coming week, which is going to be my hair care routine. Like what I do to take care of my hair, and my hairstyling tool, which is my go-to tool for everything. How much I paid for it as well, which is crazy. But I'm gonna get to it. So, and I apologize ahead of time if I cry for any of this. I'm not feeling extremely emotional today because party hardy tonight at 4. And so I'm trying not to focus on what I'm about to tell you. But my mom she passed away on Christmas this past year. And for those of you who subscribe to my page, who are subscribed, or who subscribe later on and end up watching this video, my mom and I were best friends. We did everything together, and I could talk to her about anything. I confided in her with what? With everything that I had, I confided in her. She was the definition of everything that a mom should be. But so she really cared about her vehicles. That was like one of her pride and joys, was her vehicles. And she wasn't like to the point where she was obsessed with them. It might have seemed that way to some people, but you had to like really know her to understand where she was coming from. She was brought up by somebody who really cared and took care of their things. My grandfather, who was her father, took care of his vehicles, and she ended up, when he passed away, getting his van, which is the start of the paranormal experience that I had. Several weeks ago, I was walking through the garage, and my mom was big on, like, you know how people like sit their drinks and stuff on top of their cars, or they lean things against their car, or they themselves lean against their vehicle. My mom was not for that. You didn't do that to her vehicles. And so she was like, if you went to set something on top of it or something like that, you got told about it. Like you heard about it. So I was walking through the garage, and my purse was like, the van was over here and my purse was on this side of me, and I was walking through the garage, and felt this, all of a sudden I felt this heaviness, because I didn't just have my purse, I had my son's diaper bag, which was like a backpack version, and it was hanging on there, and I was carrying in groceries on my wrist, and all of a sudden I felt this heaviness, like somebody was pulling on me. And I didn't feel it at all until I got in the garage and was like about to walk past the van. And then all of a sudden I heard like this talking, like, Rachel Ann, you better not hit the van. And the more I listened, the more I heard it. The more it sounded like my mom. And I was like, what the heck? Guys, if you hear any background noise, my Nana is here. She's been coming down since my mom passed away to help clean up the house because my parents were hoarders. Love them dearly, but they kept things they didn't need to keep. My dad still does. And my Nana like lays down the wall. So anyhow, yeah, so it was bad. Anyhow, I was walking through and I just kept feeling this and I kept feeling this and I kept feeling this until finally I was like, out loud, I was like, okay, Mom, I hear you, I feel you here. And I like moved everything that I had been carrying close to the van in front of me, and all of a sudden the weight lifted, and feeling like somebody was tugging on me went away. And I walked by, and my mom always had this tendency too, like when she pulled the van into the garage, because the van had always been garage kept even when my pap had it, so it was never outside, like, and it never saw the outside of the garage unless it was being driven somewhere. So when my mom pulled it into the garage, she always like put the mirror that was like on the side where people walked, she pushed it in, and that was out because my dad had driven it a couple days before, or the day before or something, and it was out. And like I walked by, saw that, and I was like, I don't want to feel this again. So I like shut the mirror in, and I heard like a thank you, and I was like, what the heck? And I walked by and went inside, and I immediately told my dad. I was like, that something weird just really happened to me. And my dad just chuckled and laughed at me, but it was a good feeling, but a really awkward and weird feeling at the same time. Comforting to know that my mom was there and she was still giving me like these, Rachel Ann, don't you do that, or her usual like kooky self things. But let me know, like, interact with me in the comments, like, if you've ever had a paranormal activity, tell me about it, like, and let me know if you're looking forward to my next video about my hair care routine, because I am so stoked to tell you guys about my hairstyling tool, because it is dope. Alright, catch you later. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.